for
Show and tell. 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 With Jarret.
What'll he show next?
Well, welcome to Show and Tell.
Yeah, do you want to explain what this is? What the show is?
The show. Well, I got things to say sometimes, you know, and I feel like I have a pretty good collection of things. You know, I like collecting things, like having things, like I find things that are interesting, and then I talk to people about them, and sometimes they'll just like listen, and then I'll never see them again. Or sometimes, like you guys, you get like really interested in those things that I say and that I bring and that I show.
So you mentioned, hold this box up. Hold this
This
up.
little box here.
There you go. Yeah. We don't know what's in this box.
No.
I think it just might be like 500 human teeth. Can I shake it? Can we do a shake test?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, absolutely.
Like it's like when you get a present at Christmas. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, Janet.
Ooh, God.
I hear like metal. I think like a chain. Ooh, ooh. There's a lot of space.
Space. I'm hoping to fill that space in.
I'm concerned.
I'm gonna take a wild guess that you collect animal skeletons.
I do, but that's not in here.
Let's see what's in the box.
Well, when I was a small child, probably like 2 or 3, I don't remember this. I have no memory of this happening. But at some point, something happened, and I went to the dentist, and they removed all of my front teeth. Something happened. I had weak baby teeth. They all fell out, and I didn't get teeth until I was like 9 years old. So all that time, I was that kid from Stranger Things with the no teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, that was me. That was my life.
How'd you eat?
Everything had to be on the side.
Yeah.
So apples had to be cut. Corn I had to like kind of gnaw on the side. So when I finally started eating regular corn, oh, it was great. But that lack of teeth, I very frequently would have these kind of dreams of my teeth falling out, and everyone says like, oh, that's like a metaphor for something you recently said. It was like fear of getting old. But I've had that dream since I was a child. And I think it's not.
That makes sense because you get older when you're a kid.
Oh. I've had a fascination with teeth ever since. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, let me see if I can go ahead and here we go.
He's got little dividers. Hold on, can we see that? Can we?
So this is. Can you see it on the box? Well.
Yeah, see little dividers for the teeth jars.
Yeah. Now this one here, these are mine. My mother kept these. These are my baby teeth. They're not the front teeth. Those ones crumbled into oblivion. These are like the old canines, the bottoms,
Dude, these don't look like teeth.
That's because they're baby teeth. Baby teeth don't look like regular teeth. They're a lot smaller than you think they are. Now, this isn't all of them. I don't know what happened to all of them. I think the ones that fell out while I was staying with my dad, he probably just threw away.
That's the normal reaction.
But Mom kept these. Now, these here.
These are a little bit bigger.
Oh my God!
Do not like that.
Bring that next to your mic so we get a really good. Ooh.
Somewhere, I don't know where they are, but apparently Mom misplaced them, my brother and sister's teeth. But my brother Joey, who supports my cause.
It's labeled Joey Bixby.
Oh, are those fillings?
Those are his wisdom teeth
Yeah.
that he had removed.
It's kind of like really terrifying that someone could just walk into your house, find this jar, and it has a label on it that says Joey Bixby. Like that, like, why do you have someone's teeth in their name?
I'm explaining it now. This one here is an interesting one. This is a Kaylee Amburn. Kaylee Amburn
Okay,
is...
this concerns me because
I've never heard of this woman.
My sister refuses to... I think she took hers from my mom and then threw them away, so I couldn't have them, which is disappointing.
specifically so you couldn't have.
Yes, I couldn't. She didn't want me owning them. Anyways, Kaylee Amburn is my boss from Spirit Halloween. I'm pretty sure I've told you about her before. Best boss, really cool, right?
Gave you a tube. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool boss.
We still hang out because after the Halloween season ended, she then took me over to the Christmas market, and I started working there. And I consistently worked out of Spirit Halloween, and then into the Christmas market in Baltimore.
Now, what business is more approving of collecting teeth? The Christmas market or Spirit Halloween?
It is a German Christmas village, so there's actually a few stories of teeth and children and stuff like that.
That
Who I
doesn't
can
surprise me.
gladly tell you on another story.
It doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
This was a birthday present. She brought this over and then gave this to me as a gift for my birthday.
How nice. Very
Yeah.
thoughtful.
Yeah. So really cool lady, that Kaylee. This one here is not labeled.
I feel like that's even more concerning than a
Yeah.
woman not related to.
It's not labeled because I can't remember. It's a friend of a friend's.
You don't remember the victim?
How did you?
It's because I sometimes tell these stories to acquaintances and friends, and then they had a tooth through whatever dentist thing happened, and then they got to keep it, and then they decided they didn't want it, but they knew I want things, so they gave it to me. This one's a little bit, more worse for wear. You can see that's why it was removed.
I regret doing this show. I regret setting up these cameras.
Dude, this isn't even a
record.
tooth. There's like nothing left.
Yeah, it's a bad tooth. That's why it was taken out. This one's louder than the other ones, and if you take a look at it, you might notice why. It's not a real tooth.
That's a crown, right?
Yes.
That's a huge crown.
Yeah. That is my friend, Andrew Stone, who you are familiar with.
Oh, we'll put a picture of Andrew right up here.
Yeah. He was eating some candy recently. This is actually my newest tooth. Yeah.
How recent? How recent?
This year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was eating some candy. Suddenly he bit wrong on the some sort of not Jolly Rancher, some kind of knockoff brand of sour things. And then he immediately was like, uh-oh. And then he went and showed that he had cracked something. Had to go to the dentist, get that fixed out, and then, they got this taken out. He decided to give it to me. It's not a real tooth, but you know what? I feel like he's going to be losing some more soon, so. Yeah, and those are the teeth that I currently have. I'm always looking to expand my collection.
So what does it mean to you to collect teeth, medical waste from other humans?
Yeah, the little bags that I get them in usually say medical waste. Well, with the baby teeth, those are mine, right? I want them. They're me. I remember when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, I even asked the dentist, I was like, hey, I want these. Can you keep them? And they said oh, they were pulverized, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, but they still existed. Give them to me. An interesting childhood teeth story that might be, another reason why it's stuck in my head is there's this old book, children's story book, called In a Dark, Dark Room. Some of you might remember it. A very popular story through that children's book is the Green Ribbon, who I thought this would be something only I would know, but I've seen people make memes and jokes on the internet. A story that I liked better in there that not a lot of people talk about was called The Teeth. And it's even a simpler story. It's not even really a haunted thing. It's just an odd occurrence. This little boy is kind of in the city and he's lost. He's trying to find out how to get home. And he finds a gentleman. He asks him hey, do you know what time it is? The guy lights a match and says oh, it's 11 o'clock. And he has these large inch-long teeth on top and bottom. And the kid sees this and is just backs away from him and just leaves because it's just weird. It's a little uncanny, basically. He's still kind of looking around. He sees another guy and goes, excuse me, sir, do you know what time it is? He tells him, yes, it's 11:30 or something like that. And then when he lights the match and shows his face, he's got 2-inch teeth on each side, top and bottom, even bigger, just a big grin with long nail-like teeth. He sees this and he just backs the hell away from him. And then finally, because everything works in rules of threes, he sees a third guy and he's a little hesitant and asks, excuse me, sir, do you want time? And he goes, yes, it's whatever after midnight. He lights it. He's got double, 4-inch teeth each side, just giant grin all the way by. And he screams and runs all the way home until he finally finds where he lives and shit. And that's the story. Just this kid running into these people with longer and longer teeth. I just remember thinking of it yeah, that's fucking weird. I don't have any as a kid,
Yeah, you wish you had 4-inch teeth.
Yeah, right?
Because your teeth are made of mush.
Yeah.
And then you see this superhero character with giant beaver teeth. They're like, man, that guy can eat anything.
Yeah, he's so cool.
He doesn't even have to move his corn to one side of his mouth.
No, he just go to town on that.
He can just eat. He could eat a whole corn on the cob and just like crunch down on it.
Well, I have one more story of the two thing. I think that you might find interesting. A little bit more backstory on myself. I told you I watched Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. My parents were always very open and okay with me watching terrifying, horrible things that would scare children. The only thing that ever really scared me as a kid was, for some reason, Child's Play, you know, the Chucky thing. I think it was the uncanniness of the doll, when it would go from doll face to like angry face. And Brad Dourif's wonderful, angry screaming. And my like I don't think it messed me up. I feel like I'm a decent person.
Yeah, you're just a guy with a box full of teeth.
You're just a silly little guy full of joyous whimsy.
Yeah,
Whimsy? That's a box full of whimsy. Right?
It's whimsy. My dad was always very adamant about you know this is like fake, and if you try to reenact any of this, then you're gonna be in huge
You're gonna go to jail.
One of the things that stuck with me as a kid was vampires.
Like the John Carpenter movie Vampires?
Well, I did watch that. I had the toy of that. I had the toy of the old vampire with the long hair and the claws. He ripped the heart out.
Oh, okay.
I had
Not
his
of
little action figure.
What's that guy's name?
John Bon Jovi.
No, the lead actor.
Oh, James Woods.
James Woods. Yeah, I was gonna say an action figure of him would have been badass.
But I had the McFarlane movie maniacs of all the different like killers and stuff. Even of ones I hadn't seen yet. I didn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I had seen Pumpkinhead, and I had that. Trailing back to the original part of the story, we keep digressing from.
That's what this whole show is gonna be.
I have a long history of horror being in my my life as a small child. I was really into vampires, and one of the things that I guess
John
stuck out
Carpenter
to
movie Vampires?
we're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. But I love vampire. One of my favorite, actually my favorite movie actually is a vampire movie, Let the Right One In, 2008 Swedish.
I didn't like it.
Who does that? Who says that's my favorite thing and then immediately responds with I didn't like it?
I didn't like it.
It sucked actually.
Anyways, back to the beginning. Little Jarret was into vampires. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, since I didn't have any front teeth, the only thing I had were my two canines, which I took very good care of. And they meant a lot to me. And they were little vampire teeth. You know, those are the sharp ones on the sides. So I was always like, oh, you're a little vampire. Parents would say I was a little vampire. I'd be, he knows where this is going. I was a little vampire, and I would do vampire stuff, and I had the fake vampire teeth I'd wear. And I had the fake blood, which I messed up and spilt all over my brother's pillow, and then got blood everywhere. And I thought that I could hide it underneath the pillow, but all I did is spread it more. Like, I wasn't thinking, you know?
Kid logic.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think I got in trouble for that. I think I was able to avoid this.
Oh, you're gonna get in trouble now when your parents see this. You're gonna get grounded.
One day, a child at this daycare runs up to my mom and says, Miss Tina, Jarret bit me. And my mom's like, you bit you? Like, no, she knows like kind of like what my deal is. But biting, that's not good, even for small children. I was probably like 4 or 5, maybe around this time. I wasn't in like school yet, so I was pretty young. I don't remember this story entirely. I only remember the parts Mom tells me. And she notices that the bite is full. It has teeth marks in the front. So she says, this couldn't have been Jarret.
Yes.
He doesn't have any front teeth.
Exhibit A.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's going over like the JFK shooting.
And he's just like, no, Jarret did it. Jarret bit me. Like he bit me. And blah blah. So she's like, oh, let's get to the bottom of this. Jarret, she calls me over, and I'm like, I'm playing around. He goes, Jarret, do you know? I don't remember the kid. I'm just calling him Michael. He goes, Jarret, do you remember who bit Michael? I did. No, Jarret, you didn't bite Michael. Who bit him? I did. I bit him. I vaguely remember being on the table in timeout, being like angry that I can't play. But like, I did that to myself. Like, why would I do that? I guess it's like I saw the thing as like, hey, I can do a monster thing without ever actually having to do the monster thing. That's how my kid brain must have like focused it. But it was like, but you're gonna get in trouble for it, and then you didn't actually fucking do it. I don't know who bit that kid. I think maybe he bit himself.
He's trying to frame you.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, the surprise to him when he's like, oh, shit, the teeth marks. This isn't going to work. This isn't going to work.
My plan.
And then I was like, yeah, it was me. It's like, oh, task failed successfully over here.
You gotta get in touch with your mom and find out who it was.
Oh, I talked to her about
Let's get him on the show.
Yeah. Oh, you might meet her if we do a shoot back in our Virginia house.
Well, we're gonna blow up Crunch.
Yeah. So you guys can.
The
each-
post
each
floor
run
coming
out.
soon to a realm near you.
Yeah.
Let's not do that again.
Yeah, as is. There's no mistakes. We don't make mistakes. We keep everything in. The spit, the stutters. If one of us farts too loud, it stays.
We'll add a sound effect there.
Yeah.
You just made the fart noise.
So
Gonna add a sound effect over your fart noise?
Yeah.
are you trying to cover up a fart by making a fart noise with your mouth?
Just double down.
It's like when you like sit on a chair and it makes like a clear fart noise, and you're like, okay, if I can just recreate that noise, people know it's from the chair.
That
Then you
sounds-
can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Then you have to start going like.
Yeah.
It's like making
At that
a
point, you just look weirder. It's like it would have been normal if you just farted and then you just farted. Now, what are you doing?
What if you were really embarrassed about your chairs? Like it's like a nice dinner party, and in order to come, you want your chairs to be sturdy. So instead of saying it was the chair, you just be like, "That was just a
I
super
farted.
wet fucking
I'm
fart.
sorry, I farted.
That was insane."
Someone else does it. You farted.
Yeah.
No, you.
Oh
farted.
dear, I was really worried that was your chair. But I'm happy that was just your asshole.
Flatulence is a normal thing among the high class.
Among the high class. But if it was your chair, I'd tell you get out of my castle.
Wait, what would he bought a chair? It would be another guy's castle. Why would he? Did he put his own chairs? Your story's falling apart, man. The story's falling apart. Well, I'm trying to think if there's any other teeth-related things
We're
that.
talking about teeth?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other teeth-related things I got going on.
What
I
if you
think
had
that's
teeth in
everything.
your asshole?
Ooh!
That's
a good topic of discussion.
I have had dreams about pooping teeth.
No, I mean like a second mouth.
Yeah, I know, like vagina dentata, but vagina, whatever the Latin word for ass is.
Anus dentata, rectum dentata.
Yeah, dentata rectus ratus. Vagina. You can look at. Yeah, Google asshole Latin. Anus Latin. Google translate Latin asshole.
Latin asshole.
Buttocks.
Buttocks?
Yeah.
Podex.
Oh,
Podex.
Podex dentata.
Podex dentata.
Codex dentata.
That's the name of this episode. Podex dentata.
Podex dentata.
Yeah.
I'll make the thumbnail for it.
Chop, chop, chop.
It's gonna be goatsy, but with a big smile.
I'm here. I'm here to present my good friend Jarret with something that I don't know what to do with. That is my wisdom teeth that I think I got removed. I was a freshman in college, so I would have been 18, just a young nubile man, if you will. So yeah,
I
and
would still consider you nubile.
yeah, I'm pretty nubile, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Yeah. You're
So-
fit.
So we actually used these about a year ago when we did that horror trailer.
Big piece of you thought other people were supposed to be the thing that makes you whole. Like pieces of them could complete you.
Anyways, I want you to have these.
You don't really understand how much I appreciate these. I even thought about bringing like an empty jar just in case someone wanted to give me teeth.
around here or something.
I got something.
I'm surprised you don't have an empty jar. Do you have your label maker? You could print off.
I took out the empty jars
So-
at home because I didn't want the empty ones to get in the way of the ones.
I got this little black canister because I shoot a lot of analog film.
That's where mine were originally kept, were in a little camera thing like this.
So I bestow you my medical waste to do with whatever the hell you do with these things.
I really appreciate that. I'm gonna have a nice William Strang Moy is gonna be a really long label. It's gonna go around the whole jar.
Yeah. That's my bike!